Okay, this video will show you different ways to turn in your work. Okay, so this will have different ways that you can turn in your work if you're teaching, different ways the teachers might ask you. Okay, so first things first, if you go to your classroom page, now the best way to view what work you need to do is if you click on the three dots up here and you click on your to do. Okay, now that'll be above your class name. I'm just using a demo class, so if you click on to do, it will show you the work that you need to do for today, okay, or this week or next week, etc. Now, so I'm just going to go on each one and I'm going to show you what you have to do in each scenario. Okay, so the first scenario, now usually you'll have information here about what you need to do, but this one here, it's a Google Doc that you've got to turn in. Now, work that you can edit will always appear here in the Your Work section above the Turn In button. Okay, now if you have to edit this doc and turn in, this is all you need to do. Click on the document, it will open up the document. Okay, now for example, this one you'll have a much longer task. I just put write your name here, so I'm going to put Rob. Okay, now over here you've got two buttons, turn in and share. You don't need to click share because it's already shared with all the people. You just need to click turn in. Okay, so when you've finished your work and it's like this appears above the turn in button, all you have to do is click turn in. Okay, and then your work will be turned in. It'll come back to the classroom and it'll say, do you want to definitely turn your work? And you go, yep, turn in. And then your work is turned in. If you want to make a change or you want to edit it again, you can unsubmit it and then do it. And then your teacher will give you comments here as well. So keep an eye on the page there. Okay, so that's the first way of doing work where you have to turn it in. Okay, so once again, when you open up the doc, the turn in button's there. You don't need to click share. There's no need to click share. Okay, so the second way now. So once again, I go to my to do. So you can see I've done my history. It's all done because I've turned in. I click on my French. Okay, now the French, the task is to open a new doc. So sometimes your teacher will ask you to create a document, create a Google Doc, and write your work on there. Now the way you do that, you click Add or Create. Okay, and then you click on Docs. It will create a new document there in this box, and it will have your name on it. I'm just going to remove my other windows that I don't need. Okay, and just have to write our name on it, so Bob. Okay, and once again, you have the turn in button up here. So all you have to do is click turn in. Or alternatively, if you're on this page, you can just click turn in once you've done your work. Okay, so for this one here, and if you open one up or open too many up, you can click on the cross and it will close it down, and you can click on add or create, and you can open a new document. Okay, so you can see here what happens. You'll create a new one. I'm just going to write Bob. Okay, and then I can click turn in. Or alternatively, on this page, I can click turn in. You don't need to click share. It's already shared with your teacher. They already have a copy of your work. Okay, so all you have to do is click turn in. Okay, and then the teacher will see that it's done. And once again, keep an eye for it to be returned so that you can see what the teacher's feedback is. Their feedback will come here under the private comments. Okay, so that's the second way if you have a teacher wants you to create a document. The final way that you might get, so I've just done some science here, is if you get a Word doc. Now this way is a bit tricky, and I'll show you how you can do this. A Word doc, you can click on it and you click on Open with Google Docs. And what we'll do, it will create a Google Docs version of the Word doc. Okay, and you'll see there's no turn in button. Okay, but don't worry, there's an easy way around it. So I'm just going to put right my name here, Bob. Okay, and if I go back to the assignment page, so I've done my work, and I've finished all the questions that I had to do. There's no, I don't want to write share, there's no need to click share, there's no turn in button, so I can go back to here and I can click add or create. Okay, now the Word doc's still there, I don't need that Word doc, and I can go to Google Drive, and then it'll come up as my most recent documents here. Okay, it's usually the one that you've both just been working on. You can usually see the name of it as well. Okay, and it just goes insert, and you can see here it's inserted. So if ever you don't have the turn in button, you can click on add or create and find your work from Google Drive. Now, if you're having problems with Bond, an alternative, a real big workaround could be you could file and then download it as a Microsoft Word doc or a PDF and then upload it by clicking on file and finding it off your computer. Okay, I'll show you, and that's quite a simple way of doing it otherwise. But the easiest way to find a bit of work is to click on add or create above the turn in button, go to Google Drive, go to recent, and then it will immediately come up there straight away because it's the most recent one that you've worked on probably. And then when you're done, click turn in. I mean, if you've got, I'm going to get rid of the Word doc, there's nothing on that, and just leave the one that I've done. Okay, click turn in, and it's done. That's your 3 different ways of returning work. If you want to return a picture, of course, you can go file and upload a picture as well.